All right. We'll go ahead and start in a seated position tonight. Do some centering and some breathing. Need to benefit from taking some deep breaths and trying to calm our nervous systems down and who knows what else. Just sit up, anything else?
Yes, I did, thank you.
Maybe something to do.
Keeping out of trouble.
In fact, I got on Google every one of them. A couple of them didn't come up, but they're called just individuals.
Sit up nice and tall. Let's just breathe in and out.
And one company Googled me, the reviews on the individual company wasn't very good.
Was that the Taiwan?
I think so. But they were old reviews, so
Yeah.
2-3 years ago.
Bring our hands into heart center. Just feel the thumbs connecting with the breastbone. Sit up tall so you feel like you're lifting your breastbone into the thumbs. Just breathe in and out. And interlace the fingers, press the hands away, round the shoulders, drop the chin. And sit up nice and tall. Stretch those arms up toward the ceiling. And we'll just gently shift side to side. Just do this at your own speed. Back and forth. And then we'll just twist to one side, sit tall, relax the shoulders, look over that back shoulder. Just take a few breaths here into that twisted torso. And come across to the other side. Try to continue to root those sit bones into your mat and sit nice and tall. Go over that other shoulder. Breathe in and out. And we come back to center, bring those hands back to your heart. Take a breath in. Interlace the fingers, press it away again. Chin down, stretch up tall. And then release the hands down, and we're going to make our way to all fours. Go to a side orientation here. So hands under the shoulders, hips over the knees, and just round and arch the back. All right. Black shirt is getting lost in the mat. I'm doing a cat-cow. And take those hips side to side. Wag your tail slowly. And then just do a few waist circles, 2 or 3 each direction. At your own speed, just make sure you do an equal number each way. And then we're going to pull our hips back, reach those arms out, come into child's pose. Really feel that extension of the hands and arm out of the shoulder joint. Hips reaching the opposite way. Breathe in and out. And round your back. Tuck your toes under. We're going to flow into downward dog. Hold that for a couple of breaths. Really lifting those sit bones. And come back down to all fours and back into child's pose. We're just going to do that flow a few times just to get everything lumbered up and stretched out. Around the back as we lift our hips off our heels, tuck the toes under, downward dog. Pressing the thighs back. Keep lifting the sit bones. Come down. Drop to the knees. You're pulling back with the child's pose, with the tops of your feet down. And round your back, take your toes under. Do one more downward dog in this sequence. Lifting the sit bones, pressing the thighs back, and this time pressing your heels towards the floor, never forcing you down. Feeling that stretch in your spine and in the back of your legs. And just walk the dog by alternating, bending one knee at the other. And start to walk your feet toward the front of the mat. And you need to fold the folds. Let your head hang, look through your legs. And slightly bend your knees, unroll your spine one vertebra at a time, make your way to a standing position, and we come into Tadasana. Stand up nice and tall. Broaden the shoulders, elevate the collarbones. Breathe in and out. And we're going to move into a classical sun salutation. Let's inhale, lift the arms up. Hold forward on the exhale. Flatten your back. Step back with your right foot to the top of the foot on the mat. Kneeling lunge. Inhale, lift up. And we're just going to hold. Kind of a flow, and then hold rhythm tonight. And bring your hands down, tuck your back toe under, step in the plank. Roll it down. Pressing into cobra, all the way through to downward dog. And on the next half, step that right foot forward, kneeling lunge with your left leg back. Lift up and hold just a little longer. And bring your hands down, tuck your back toe under, step the feet together, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, unroll your spine, and make your way back to Tadasana. Pull down. Broaden your shoulders, relax the shoulders, elevate the collarbones, breathe in and out. And lift up again, fold forward. Flatten your back, this time we'll step first, step left foot, take that one back this time. Lift up. Really reach to those fingertips, point your tailbone toward the ground. Breathe in and out. On an exhale, bring the hands down, tuck your back toe under, step into plank. Move it down. Cobra. And a downward dog. On your next exhale, step that left foot forward, kneeling lunge, right leg is back, and you're reaching toward the ceiling, heels on pointing toward the ground. And then bring your hands back down, take your back toe under, step your feet together, Uttanasana, forward fold. Slightly bend your knees, unroll your spine, make your way back up to mountain, Tadasana. Open those shoulders, stand nice and tall. And let your hands, your palms turn towards your thighs. And we're going to reach those hands up. Knees and come into chair. Just hold that for a breath or two. Engaging the muscles around your sit bones and your thighs and your lower belly. And then fold forward. Flatten your back. Step back into plank. Hold that a little longer, a little bit in the elbows. Engage your core and the muscles around your shoulder blades. And lower down, either directly down, chaturanga or modified chaturanga, and pressing into cobra or upward dog. And then downward dog. Slightly bend the knees, step your feet back to the front of the mat. I'll stay here and forward fold a little longer, stretching out the back of our body. This time flatten the back, unhinge the hips like you're coming out of a deadlift. Make your way up to standing, open your chest and shoulders. Stand up nice and tall. Go ahead and lift those hands up again. Come into chair. Well, this time we're going to go ahead and step that right leg back again, come into warrior one. And reach up, reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. Root both feet into the ground. Just breathe. Take the hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. Lower down. Pressing into cobra or upward dog. And then downward dog. And go ahead and angle your left foot, step that right foot forward. We're going to come into one one. So I'm just trying a little variation into one of the sun salutations tonight. Bring your hands back down. Step your feet together, a little bend in the knees. And push to the floor. Warrior spine. Open up the chest. Come back to down. We're getting warm, aren't we? All right. Set up for the other side. Inhale, lift up. Fold at the hips and knees. So we come into chair. We go right into warrior one. So step that left foot back. Warrior one. So one warrior one's coming from the top down. The other one's going to go from the ground up. Bring the hands down. Step back into plank. Lower down. Cobra or upward dog. Into downward dog. And every time we come into downward dog, really lengthen the spine. Angle your right foot, step your left foot forward. Warrior one. And bring the hands back down. Step the feet to the front with the knees bent. And unroll the spine, make your way up to mountain pose. And just stand here and breathe. Bring those big toes all the way together. Oh, there goes the sweatshirt. Relaxing those shoulders. All right, so we're going to come into eagle. Inhale, lift up. Hands into heart center. Set the hips back. So we'll cross our right leg over our left, intertwine if you can. Right arm on the bottom, same thing, intertwine if you can, or put your hands on your shoulders. Broaden the shoulders and squeeze your upper arm away from your chest. Lift it up. Get that stretch. Breathe into that upper back. Exhale and release your hands. Reach back as you're uncrossing your legs. Open the chest, counteracting that rounding and closing of the chest. Balancing things out. Reach the hands up. Pull the hands into heart center. Fold the hips and knees. This time we're going to cross that left leg over. Intertwine if you can. Left arm on the bottom. Same thing here. That stretch across your upper back, where your back meets your neck. Now let the hands reach back and cross the legs, open the chest, bring the hands together behind the back, elevate the collarbones. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and step our feet apart. A little bend in the knees, keep those hands connected, and we're going to fold into a wide-legged forward fold. So the hands reach up, the head hangs down. And release the hands down to the floor. And walk your hands out a torso length from your hips. You get a nice flat back. And open that right arm up. Feel how that twist travels down your spine. Shifts those hips. Bring that right hand down. Come all the way through. Open that left arm up. Keep the spine elongated. And bring that hand down. Slight bend in the knees, press your hands into your thighs, unroll your spine. Bring those hands up overhead, the thumbs come together. Then we take our hands out to the side at shoulder level, spread the palms, turn your right toe out. Come into warrior two. Really spread those palms. And start to squeeze the arms back by contracting the muscles at the center of the back, pulling the shoulder blades toward the spine. Bring those hands up to the center, keep that knee bent. And then we're just going to turn them over and have the palms down. And now squeeze the fingers together. Just feel how that energetically shifts things. You can tilt your hand, have the thumb press down again, squeeze back. We basically rotated our upper arm bone, our humerus, and our shoulder socket. So go ahead and press that right leg straight. And as you do, you're going to bring those hands back together behind your back. Open the chest. Fold out the hips. Still have a pretty active backside. The hands are reaching toward the ceiling. The weight of your head is putting traction into your cervical spine. Bring those hands down and walk them back. Torso length out from your hips again. This time we're going to open the left arm first. Keep the spine elongated. Notice how when that pelvis shifts, it creates an inner thigh stretch on that right side. Bring that hand down. And through, go to the other side. And bring that hand down. Slight bend in the knees. Press up. As you come up again, we lead with the thumbs. They meet overhead, turn the left toe out. Come into warrior two with the fingers spread and the thumbs up. Squeeze back. Hands up again, keep that knee bent. Then as you bring it back down, the palms are down, press the fingers against each other. And tilt the thumb down. And squeeze back. And then press that other leg straight. One more time, we're gonna bring those hands behind the back. Fold into a wide-legged forward bend. Release the hands down and the knees. This time, press your hands into your thighs, under your spine. Come into star. And then we're just gonna step or hop back to mountain. And we'll just stand up for a few breaths after having our legs apart for several minutes. And feel how it engages some of the thigh muscles. Take a few more breaths. Keep the shoulders broad and relaxed. All right. I'm just going to turn sideways again, but reach up. Fold forward. This time we're going to come into a runner's lunge, so step your right leg back into that lunge. Open your leg front to back. And start to angle that back foot. We're coming into side angle from the ground up. Walk your hand onto your thigh. So I've got my left arm on my left leg. Support here and just open up. And also open that bottom arm and brace it into the leg as an option. And just lift the torso up, warrior two. Rotate back down to that lunge. Really open the front leg to the front, back leg to the back. And then we'll step those feet together. Back up to standing. Relax the shoulders, come to mountain. We'll come again, lift up. Forward fold. This time we'll step back with that left foot first. Runner's lunge. So get the legs open as much as you can and then angle that back foot. Get support on that front leg. Open up. You can continue to support like this or brace into that leg. That helps roll the rib cage so the bottom of the ribs come underneath. Gives you more space to open that top arm. Then we just come up to warrior two. And then just cartwheel back down to that lunge. Feet together. And roll the spine, come up and down. Open the chest and shoulders. Stand nice and tall. So we're going to do a triangle series here. Starts out the same way, not quite as big of a stride. We're going to stay up, we're not going to come down. We're going to come into warrior one. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my left foot first. So I'm not cutting off the camera here. And then turning toward that left side, reaching the torso, and then just finding a connection spot with that leg. We're not really putting weight into that leg through the hand. It's just a connection. We want to keep that side body extended, not collapsing sideways. Make sure you got a little bend in that knee, you're not locking it out. And then start to bend that knee, and we come back into warrior two again. Circle that hand underneath, we're going to pivot into warrior one. We'll just shift that back foot. Step your feet together. Come back down. Step back with the other leg. Warrior one to start. And we transition into triangle. So pressing the front leg straight, turning the torso, extending out to the side, to that side body. And then finding just a connection here. We're not putting in our weight into that arm. Really opening that top arm as much, as far as we can. The factor is how much we can roll those ribs underneath. Make sure you're not locking up that front knee. You're going to start to bend that front knee, come up into warrior two. And if you have to really reposition that foot to get that knee to bend, you probably had it locked. And that back hand here circles underneath, we turn back to the front. Warrior one. And just step back to the front this time. Come back around. All right, we're going to work our way on down to the mat. So let's just take a breath up, fold forward, walk those feet out into a plank, and just drop down to the knees, and we'll pull those hips back. Have the hips stay a little higher this time. So the hips are up off the heels, you get more of a ramp from your rear end down to your head on the ground. And just lift up. We're going to move into some stretches here. So keep reaching up with that right arm. We're going to take our left arm, right it underneath. That left shoulder comes with the mat. Hip shift back. This is where you just follow the lead, whatever you're feeling in that shoulder. You want to get a nice stretch in that left shoulder. You don't want to feel like you're straining. You want to pull your right hand back, listen to press yourself back up to all fours. Then we'll get the other side. So that left hand's going to reach out. Right arm, you just throw it underneath. Drop the shoulder down. The farther that shoulder comes across midline, the stronger the pull on that shoulder blade. Slide that left hand back, push yourself up. And we can go ahead and bring those legs around. All the way around. And just do a little bit of core work here, but we're going to start by just rocking the pelvis. So lightly touch your legs, and we're just going to tuck the tail under, roll into the back of our pelvis, and then root the sit bones into the ground. So you're rocking in and out of this. So mobilize the lower back, the lumbar spine. And go ahead and root those sit bones into the ground, release your legs. And if you're comfortable lifting your feet up, we'll come into boat pose, Savasana. Breathe in and out. And you're tipping upward from that. Transition into cobbler's pose. Tug on your legs. Just pull your torso into that space between your inner thighs. And then we're going to recline back again, balancing on our pelvis if possible. And then you can take it here. Yeah, you guys are on that nice cushy mat back there. You got those long arms up.
I can't reach my toes.
Hey, whatever you can, yeah.
Can't reach my ankles. Calves.
All right, bring it back in, come forward. Well, they have this thing over at Wonderscope, they have a thing you can measure your wingspan. I did confirm that I do have a 6-foot wingspan. You can spread your arms around. Yeah. My son had measured it before, so.
So your wingspan is supposed to be about the same as your
I know, yeah.
Some people more, some people less.
Yeah. I think it was a discussion, that same discussion with my son, like, yeah, it's the same as my height, and I think I was the one saying it was the same as my height, and he was like, no. All right, we're gonna take that one more time.
That's what makes you good at defense and basketball.
Oh, exactly, because you can smack, yeah, exactly. All right, take it in. Let's go ahead and come onto our back. We're gonna revisit some of those same positions. Happy baby, it's a lot more comfortable on our backs here. We can brace through the legs and just roll side to side. And there is a kind of a primal soothing effect here, just kind of rocking ourselves back and forth. All right. So go ahead and just press our legs straight into a reclining staff pose. The nice thing about the position we're in is we've just by default have a flat back with the floor. So the main thing is to try to at least get your thighs perpendicular to the floor, even if you have to have your knees bend a little bit. As long as you're feeling that stretch in the back of the thigh, you're on target. And let those knees bend. We're going to put the right foot on the floor, cross our left leg over, and do a reclining pigeon pose. So you pick up that right leg, the support leg, and then your left hand can brace into the inside of the left thigh. And just think about really sinking that left hip down into the ground and toward the ground. And breathing into your belly so you feel that expansion all the way down into your pelvis. Go ahead and set that down. Cross that leg the rest of the way over so you've got the back of your left leg on top of your right. Open your arms at your shoulders and just come up on the tiptoe of your bottom foot and just rock those hips again side to side. Easy back and forth. And come back to center and shift your hips a little bit further to the left and let your legs tip to the right. But keep enough engagement in your torso that you're still protecting your back and your pelvis. Come back to center, recenter your hips, and uncross your legs. And we'll get the other leg on top. Right leg on top of the left. Pick up your left leg. You pick your right hand and press it into the inside of the right leg. And then try to just feel like the right hip is sinking towards the floor. And try to notice where you're carrying tension in this stretch. If you're shrugging your shoulders, if you're tightening your jaw, all of those things will make it harder for your body to relax into your hip as well. Lower that leg down. Cross that right leg all the way over. Arms open out at your shoulders. And then just have that tiptoe on the floor so you have enough mobility to slowly just take those and walk back and forth across the back of your pelvis. Keep breathing. And then come back to center. Shift your hips a little further to the right, and everything tips to the left. Still with enough torso support that you're protecting your spine, just letting things, controlling how deep you go into the stretch. Roll onto your back again. Recenter your hips, uncross your legs, and come back into that reclining staff pose, just long enough to straighten one leg out and go ahead and let the other leg reach along the floor. You can slowly bend that leg that's pulled towards your head. I've got my left leg toward my head, so making our way into an upside down lunge. At the same time, the other leg reaches along the floor. Like imagine your foot being close to the wall and you're trying to touch the wall with that foot. Let that leg straighten. Actually, I'll go ahead and keep the knee bent. We're going to take that leg across the body. So arms out to the side again, straighter bend. And you can reach that leg across. So go ahead and start with that knee bend. And then if you want to straighten it, do that. It's a stronger stretch to straighten. So if it's better for you, just keep that knee bent. Go ahead and do that. And bend that top leg, roll onto your back. Put that foot down. Go ahead and straighten the other leg, pull it toward your head. You can bend that knee slightly if you need to. And then now reaching my left foot along the floor, reach it through the heel. Bend that knee, arms open out to the side. We're going to bring that leg across the body, either with the knee staying bent or the option of reaching that leg out. It's also a pretty strong stretch for that top arm as well. So be mindful of how much you pull on that. If you did straighten the leg, bend it before you roll back. Let's bring both knees into the chest one more time. And we're going to make our way up to sitting for one last stretch. I want to make sure we get in lower the fishes. Put our shirts back on here. Pulls off here once we start moving. All right, so we're going to have the right leg on the bottom. Left leg's going to cross over. That right leg can be bent or straight because it's important that you keep your torso upright with it. So the left leg's on top, right arm is going to come across, brace into that leg, and feel like it's drawing your shoulder away from the middle of your back. Turn your head slowly 2 or 3 times. Just to make sure we're not locking down that neck. Relax the hips, soften the pelvis. Feel like your whole lower back is just sinking. Exhale and unwind. And uncross. Give those legs a little shake. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg is on the bottom. Remember, if you can't sit up straight with that, keep that leg straight as an option. Left arm comes across to the right knee. Brace into that leg. Lower the fishes. And exhale and unwind. And give your legs a shake. And we're going to go ahead and set up for Shavasana. So you want to be comfortable for that. You can literally lay on your side, your back. Knees open, knees closed. Whatever lets you feel supported and able to just completely relax and just be aware of your breathing. In and out.
Oops, where am I going with that? Yeah.
We'll close with this thought tonight. Most of us have probably come across the universal wisdom that people who irritate us the most are expressing qualities that we ourselves have. This is why family members can be so vexing for many of us. We see ourselves in them and vice versa. This isn't always true, of course, but when it is, it's a real opportunity for growth if we can acknowledge it, because it's infinitely easier to change ourselves than it is to try to change another person, which is never a good idea. For example, if we have a coworker who engages in some kind of negative behavior, like complaining or trying to control everything, we can look and see ourselves, if we ourselves carry those same traits. Namaste.
Say, say hi to Judy. I think everybody dizzy here. Pan my phone. Yay.